There was a young man who used one sentence more than any other. I can't. I can't do this. I can't succeed. I can't change my life. I can't become better. Then one day, someone asked him a simple question. What if you stopped saying I can't for just 30 days? What happened next changed his life forever. The day he stopped saying I can't. A young man named Ryan lived in a small town. Ryan had dreams. He wanted to learn English. He wanted to get a better job. He wanted to become confident. And he wanted to make his family proud. But whenever he tried something difficult, he gave up quickly. If he made a mistake, he said, I can't. If someone criticized him, he said, maybe they're right. If he failed, he said, I knew I couldn't do it. Slowly, those two words became a habit. I can't. One evening, Ryan was walking through a park when he saw an old man trying to move a large stone. The old man pushed it. Nothing happened. He tried again. Still nothing. Ryan watched for a moment and said, Sir, that stone is too heavy. You can't move it. The old man looked at him and smiled. Maybe you're right. Then he pointed toward a small wooden stick lying nearby. Can you pick that up? Ryan picked it up. Now put it under the stone. Ryan did exactly that. The old man pushed the stone again. This time, the stone moved. Ryan stared at him. How did you do that? The old man smiled. I didn't become stronger. I simply changed the way I approached the problem. Ryan became silent. The old man continued. Many people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they decide they can't succeed before they even try. Those words stayed in Ryan's mind. Before leaving, the old man said, For the next 30 days, don't say, I can't. Whenever you face a problem, say, How can I? Ryan thought it sounded simple, but he decided to try. The next morning, he woke up early. He wanted to improve his English. His first thought was, I can't learn English. He stopped. Then he said, How can I improve? He started with 10 new words. The next day, he learned 10 more. Sometimes he forgot them. Sometimes he made mistakes. But instead of saying, I can't, he asked, How can I improve? A week later, he could already feel a difference. Then came another challenge. Ryan wanted to apply for a better job. He was nervous. I can't get this job. He stopped himself. How can I prepare? He practiced interview questions. He improved his communication. He studied the company. And finally, he applied. He didn't get the first job. He didn't get the second one either. But something had changed. Failure no longer meant, I can't. It meant, what can I learn from this? After several weeks, Ryan received an interview invitation. He walked into the office with confidence. The interview was difficult, but Ryan stayed calm. When he didn't know an answer, he didn't panic. He simply said, I don't know yet, but I'm willing to learn. A few days later, Ryan received a phone call. He got the job. He couldn't believe it. But the biggest victory wasn't getting the job. The biggest victory was realizing that he had changed the way he thought. 30 days later, Ryan returned to the park. The old man was sitting on the same bench. Ryan smiled. I did it. The old man nodded. What did you learn? Ryan thought for a moment. Then he said, I learned that sometimes the biggest obstacle isn't the problem. It's the voice inside our head telling us that we can't solve it. The old man smiled. Exactly. Years later, Ryan became a successful professional. But whenever life became difficult, he remembered the lesson from the park. He never asked, Why can't I? He asked, How can I? And that small change in his question changed the direction of his entire life. Moral of the story: you don't have to believe that you can do everything. You only need to believe that you can take the next step. When something feels impossible, don't immediately say, I can't. Ask yourself, how can I? How can I learn? How can I improve? How can I try again? Because sometimes the difference between giving up and moving forward is just one better question. Comment challenge. Complete this sentence. Instead of saying I can't, I will say blank. Write your answer in the comments. And remember, you may not be able to do it today, but that doesn't mean you can't learn to do it tomorrow.